Hello ladies and gents, Romie Reacts here. Please like, comment, subscribe. Now, I never confirmed or denied if I was going to record Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I honestly needed a break. I needed a break from what I saw because that was a lot. So I'm not doing a scene by scene type of thing. I'm just going straight off the dome, what I want to talk about. And this didn't feel like a premiere episode. This feels like how a premiere episode is supposed to be done. So shout out to you, Mona Scott. Now, I just hope the next couple episodes aren't dry because we know what happens with these shows. Let's start things off with K. Michelle. K. Michelle is in Atlanta. No, sorry, she's in Hollywood. So she's back and she immediately is narrating the setup of the show, and it sounds like she's going to be the narrator of the entire season. I said, okay, cool, well enough. Clearly, I haven't seen K. Michelle in a while because I said, wow, you look different. You look good, but you look different. I said, wow. I was like, everything different. Complexion different. Face slightly different. Shape. I actually like the more natural look. So shout out to K. Michelle. Shout out to her, being a spokesperson for getting yourself together. Don't mind that sound in the background. That's my my essential oils mister. That sounds weird. Anyway, so Kay is back and she's talking to Bridget. She's talking to who? Bridget in Paris? Or oh Lord. She's talking to Bridget and Moniece. Bridget is just, I guess, a friend of at this point, which is fine because she doesn't have a storyline. Moniece keeps talking about this career, and she does have a career. The problem is it doesn't look good if you're saying after 5 seasons not having something more tangible to throw in our face. It does not look good. K. Michelle's main point is, again, talking about the foreign objects that she had to get removed out of her body, and also the fact that Lil Lyrica wasn't doing what she was supposed to do. Lil Lyrica came out with K. Michelle or to be her opening act in New York, and Lil Lyrica was late. K. Michelle's pissed, and now she feels like, all right, I got something for that one over there. I'm thinking, Lord, this is so petty, but let's go. Nikki Baby is back, and Nikki Baby has always been consistent personality-wise. She has no issues anymore with the one, the only Princess Love, who's pregnant, and that's great because they were always fighting they were always saying stuff about each other only because of the friends that they had, the mutual friends that they had, or didn't have, I should say. Lyrica's doing really well. She's happy she has a song, or was it the song or the album that charted? She has chart success. She was shocked by it as much as some people were shocked as well. I said, no, apparently the album was actually good. So I expected it to chart. I would hope that it would chart. Now, Paris, who was K. Michelle's assistant / friend, is on the show. And Paris clarifies the whole thing of K. Michelle saying that Paris stole from her. She used her Uber or her car service app, and K. Michelle's credit card was attached to it. The bill was around $50. I mean, she's from New York. That could be racked up quickly. The problem is that, remember, K. Michelle has a past of dealing with people stealing from her, from the record deals to all this other stuff. So her trust issues played into effect. And I do feel like, unless if there was something else that they're just not saying, that it's something that could have potentially been worked out if they're different people. Princess feels a certain way because, again, she's still going back and forth with Moniece, and the fact that Moniece was the one who started the whole thing, or really perpetuate the whole thing of, oh, Brandy must be carrying Princess's baby, which was not the case. We go from that to Ray J. So Ray J is back. Mr. Raytronics himself is back, and here goes A1 with a new hairstyle. I'm thinking, okay, I can kind of rock with this because at least this is more consistent of something. But all right. They're there to see Solo Lucci, and Solo Lucci looks like a glow up stimulus package has commenced. Solo Lucci looks like things are going well for him, and that's great. He has a record deal now. Everyone's been talking about this whole advance thing that he's gotten. The money that he has is from a record advance, and he's just sharing the wealth. He's just spending the wealth, and he doesn't seem dumb. I just hope that he's completely aware of the fact that a lot of that money he will have to pay back and then some. But it sounds like they signed him to a good deal because they feel that they can make some money off of him. So I'm not going to count him out. He's excited. He's throwing the house party. He has a new blackface tattoo, and he's like fair skin. He has a lot of tattoos, so you can't really tell, but he's actually like fair skin. So the black really stands out. I'm thinking you really couldn't get something that kind of delved more into. It doesn't matter. It's his face. It's his face. Who really cares? What cares? I mean, what matters is Ray J feels a certain way because of the fact that Ray J is dealing with Princess Love. She's hormonal. She's pregnant. So she was really upset by some random woman in Ray J's hotel room going and videoing the fact that she's in there. And I felt like it was a setup. I really don't think that Ray J was doing anything. We see this foolishness happen all the time. The real issue is the fact that Ray J, still in this day and age, is getting caught up in this foolishness. Now, Lyrica is happy to see her girl K. Michelle, and she's thinking that everything is cool and great, but Kay has to go and let her know, no, things aren't great. Things aren't great because you were supposed to go and be my opening act. Instead, you decided that you were going to go and not show up for me, not be there for me, not do your job. I'm thinking, K. Michelle, breathe. Relax. What are you doing? Because Kay's really upset. She's upset and she's hurt. She's hurt by the fact that she feels like she gave Lyrica a chance. And Lyrica's saying that was management. If anything, that was management. I'm not here to disrespect you. I'm trying to figure out, is there something else that happened? Or is K. Michelle a one and done type of friend where she feels screwed over once and once is more than enough? Because then she goes up on the microphone and she starts talking about how you're ungrateful, you're spoiled, and you just want things your way. And I get it. I get it. Lyrica's husband is doing well right now. And so K. Michelle's mindset is, oh, because you're on the show, because you can write a song, because your boyfriend is who he is, that you're feeling yourself type of thing. But I'm thinking that's not right and that's not true. Next thing we know, K. Michelle planned to have this vitamin IV drip, and Lyrica walks out, but then Lyrica walks back in, and I'm thinking that Lyrica must have walked back in because they said the scene's not over, because I can't see this realistically, her just walking back in so calmly. No. This is what happens. The people need to understand this is what happens on these reality shows. A producer probably went and told Lyrica, hey, this is the story that they're going to spin. You have two options. You can either go and defend yourself. Whoa, what in the world? Oh, no. Or B, so A, you can either go and defend yourself, or B, you can go in there and defend yourself. And guess what happens? She goes back in there. Now it's this foolishness of she's yelling at Kay like, girl, you're not better than me. K. Michelle starts her yelling, get the hell out of here. Get out of here. You're out of order. You're out of order. So then it gets ridiculous. K. Michelle, like I said, told Lyrica to get the bleep out of here. Lyrica's saying, hey, why don't you go and, get your messed up booty out of here, get your messed up body out of here, F your mama. I'm thinking, ladies, what is going on here? No, really, what is going on here? Because this makes no sense. It makes no sense. And while they're arguing, doing all this, K. Michelle has the IV, so she's trying to go, because they both have microphones, so yelling into the microphones. And K. Michelle, she has the IV attached. She makes for good TV, I can't lie. She makes for good TV. Said Lyrica's album is brick, and then went and told Lyrica, hey, you try to sleep with Safari. You do alright to sleep with Safari. She's like her big D friend. Safari went and told her that Lyrica tried to sleep with him. I'm thinking, what? K. Michelle says she doesn't lie. She's not a liar. She may be a bunch of things, but she's no liar. I'm trying to figure out how did this, when did this, was this before or apparently it's text messages. Was this before or after A1 was caught in the hotel room with his friend? Him and his friend were with some other ladies and Lyrica went off. Because context is very important here. Now, I'm just trying to figure out how is K. Michelle calling someone else's butt anything? Let's just be honest about that. Can we? Because I'm trying to figure that out. Ray J sees Tierra Marie for the first time in a while. Tierra felt nervous because she wasn't sure how Ray J was going to react, what type of slick stuff he was going to say, but he kept it very cordial. You know, he's in a good space overall. He's having his first child. Well, shout out to Ray J for somehow for this being the first child. I don't know how he was able to do that, but other men need to take notes. Now, I did hear some stuff, but rumors and speculations don't live over here. So we're going to move forward. Things were cool. They had a little jokey joke about both of them having their issues. Tara, she just you can tell life has just really messed with her because she just has that look of, Lord, I'm still working on me. I'm still working on me and working on me and working on me. But Nikki Baby feels a certain way because her friend, her sis, is going through it. Look what you're doing out here. Lucci is doing, the typical 2018 rap, hip hop, track and dance, and it's fine as long as it works. It works. Now there's a stripper called Applewhite. I said Applewhite. There's just too much going on. That's actually the problem. There's too much going on there. And that's where I leave it because I don't do the nitpicking with the women. She said her butt is real and it's round. So I said, shout out to Applewhite. She's also a rapper / singer. So she goes, spits her 16, or, well, I guess that was an 8 because A1 said he's interested. Why not? I guess every producers are on that whole wave of let's find the next. She starts twerking. He starts spending the money. In comes Lyrica. And Lyrica's being rude, saying stuff to Applewhite, calling her B, calling her this and that. I said, she's a stripper. She's a stripper. What do you expect? You're on the show. But then I had to remember, she's actually upset, not at him, but at K. Michelle, because she stopped caring about that quickly when she started talking about K. Michelle and K. Michelle saying her album was whack and all of that. And A1's not having that because that's his woman that K. Michelle was going at. How can she be disrespectful to my woman when well, we'll get to that. Sidebar, Rox said it first, and this house clearly looks staged. You can tell when the house looks empty, and it just looks like a place that they're doing the scene. There was the lock pad on the front, so they're renting that house. So, because Ray J goes in the house, his mother's there, and Mama Sonia, she loves her son. And I respect that wholeheartedly. The only issue I have is whether Ray J is right or wrong. She openly, even though she does say, when he's wrong, I just feel like it's very one-sided on camera. It's not about what she does once the cameras are off. It's all about how it looks on camera. And this is how it's always looked when it comes to Ray J. And Ray J knows how to play it. He plays the 5-year-old when he's talking to his mom. 99% of it is out of respect. The other 1% is out of necessity. I really don't want any smoke with mom, and she's on my side, so I'm just going to stay cool, calm, and copacetic. Mom feels like Princess Love needs to apologize. Why? Because Princess Love went and said something that was directly against Ray J publicly and about the family, and she doesn't want to deal with her. I said, you know what? On one hand, that's fair enough. On the other hand, Princess Love is pregnant. She's pregnant. Just be thankful fists aren't flying. Honestly, and I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the family having to come to Ray J's defense as if he's not grown. Ray J's 30-something years old. He doesn't need any of you guys to go and fight his battles. And this is mild in compared to the stuff that he had to deal with in the past. Anyway, Applewhite, she lives on the other side of the tracks. And she lives where openly the drug dealers are on the corners. Openly where the government assistance offices are around every other corner. Liquor stores, 3 liquor stores surrounding churches. It's just a lot. It's a lot. You can tell that she's had a rough life. And she, like I said, she's definitely the less is more type when it comes to just looks. If she does a little bit less, it's like, there we go. There we go. She has this friend. Her friend's a lesbian. No, they've never had sex. And I believe it. I believe that they're actually real friends. And that's nice for once. That is so nice for once. She just wants to provide for her children. And she had the opportunity with this producer. And now the producer's wife is upset because she saw her husband throwing some ones at this woman. And her friend had to let her know, the wife came to the situation not understanding what was going on. So you have to go and be the bigger person and maybe just apologize if you really want to smooth things over. I said sound advice. So we're moving on. We're moving on. AD is back. Moniece is still with AD. AD moved out and her Moniece relationship is better than ever. Mr. Ray is back with the interesting hairstyle. But everything is cool with them. AD has a new sneaker line. I said, again, on brand. AD is selling stuff that you can see her wearing. Perfect. Smart. Let's keep it pushing. Bridget, I think, invited Paris to this thing. And now Paris is letting it be known that... Hold on. Paris is a certain way because she sees Moniece. And she's trying to figure out why is it that Moniece said that Moesha is carrying Princess Love and Ray J's baby. Oh my. Why would you say Moesha? Not even Brandy. Moesha. I can't. This is some mess. I love it. So now AD has a fashion line going. She did call Princess Love. So Princess Love strolls through. So once the initial walkthrough of the model stop, in comes Princess Love. Now I'm thinking, Princess, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Don't. Princess is upset because, like, why would you go and joke about a pregnancy? Why would you go and say someone else is carrying someone else's baby when I'm clearly pregnant? And then AD said, hey, so this has come from the same person that tried to sell the sex tape of Thine Enemy, and now you want special consideration? Really? And Princess was like, well, I didn't do that. And then I had to remember, I said, wait a minute, Moniece was going to do a lawsuit if she didn't already file paperwork. So that's the real reason why that didn't happen. That's not because you just became a better person. Let's not do that, because that's not true. And then the argument commences. At one point, Princess says something, I forgot what Monique said prior to. Moniece said prior to that. But then Princess rebutted and said, well, hopefully I'll be a better mother than you. That was more than enough for Moniece to go off. She gets a chair, folds it, and is ready to throw it at Princess. I'm thinking security. That shouldn't have been able to happen. 2 parts to this. Princess, you're not going to get points for being pregnant and going and doing that while you're pregnant. You don't get points for that. And Moniece acknowledged, and we know she's certifiable. So why are we playing those games with her? She's the last person that we should give that much space and opportunity to do much of anything. No. So both sides are wrong. And that's that. I don't care what anyone says. Both sides are wrong. How are we at almost 20 minutes? I said I wasn't going to go scene by scene, but this was a mess. This show was a mess, and I appreciated it. I wasn't ready. Now, we get to the end of this, And it's K Michelle this is versus everyone. Dang, out the gate. Lord, if episode 2 or episode 3 is whack, I'm going to be pissed because this is how you come back. This is how you come back. Thank you, Mona. Scott Young. Put some respect on the name. K Michelle feels a certain way because she's trying to figure out your wife didn't do what she was supposed to do. And as such, I said what I felt I needed to say because it was the truth. It was pure honesty. A1 does not feel that way. A1 is pissed because he's saying a bunch of stuff. He's saying, hey, you are what is it? Blacklisted? Blackballed from the industry. No. You're blackballed from radio. You pissed off a bunch of producers because you didn't show up at your dates. He's saying this in the confessional and to her. So let's not act like you're just popping out here in the streets. Your last album flopped for your standards. Now you're back here doing all this stuff. You're going and disrespecting my wife, but your vocals are trash. I had to go and mix and master that like a G in order for it to come out a certain way. I'm not the only one that's saying this stuff. I'm not the only one who's thinking this stuff. You need to go and get your priorities straight because you're not looking too hot out here in these streets. And so then K Michelle did the whole thing like, oh, okay. All right. It's like that, sis. And he was like, yeah, it's like that, bro. I said, A1 was ready today. Oh, but K Michelle fired back with her own stuff. She said, look, you're a basic producer. You're now in the moment. You're not really popping out here in the streets. Your wife definitely isn't doing anything. Her album, again, went brick. You need to get out of my house. It's too much. Yeah, because he even said, oh, she'll never be like a Beyonce or Rihanna. K Michelle said, I don't think your wife is a star. I said, ooh. Well. This is a mess. And because things went downhill when she brought the whole Safari thing. How dare he say, oh, if she's going to cheat on me, she's definitely not going to cheat on me with someone less successful. I said, we can stop right there. Please like, comment, subscribe. We are done. We are done. I will be back next week. I will.